The Web 2.0 tool that I've chose to review is BoomWriter. BoomWriter allows for 3 different sections of this Web 2.0 tool. It has StoryWriter, WordWriter, and Project Writer. Overall, this source is used for writing assignments. StoryWriter allows you to choose a beginning of a story or a chapter 1, and it makes students finish the book. You can select how many chapters you want them to complete, set a deadline for when you would like it completed by, and view students if they have entered their chapter, voted, and if feedback was given. With StoryWriter, you can choose and type your own entry in, but you can also go to teacher resources to view lesson plans that have been created with stories that can already be used for students to finish, which I think is a great option to have because it can be hard a lot of times to come up with ideas on your own. The next is WordWriter. WordWriter is vocabulary based. It allows for teachers to create a project. You can base it on different subject areas. This is a great way to integrate content and writing while highlighting vocabulary. Here is a sample project. I logged in as student A, so you can see that I've used 0 of my 3 words. With WordWriter, it allows you to select the words that you want students to do. You can see trending words. You can load more words. This can give you a great start. You select the words that you would want your students to use, and you can use these words to start your project. You can change your project name and your subject area. With different projects, it also gives you the option to change your settings once you've had them set up. What students you want, you can add your whole group of students or classes, your words in your word bank, your instructions that you want specifically for the writing project, as well as setting a deadline. And the last tool is Project Writer. Project Writer allows you to create different writing projects with different sections, as well as you are also able to include a word bank during this portion. You can see deadlines, update section settings. Right now this only has section 1. I could add more sections if I needed to, add words that I would like them to use. Gradebook is a tool that is only available through Pro, but if you have your own gradebook, I don't see why that's necessary. I do feel like part of this is missing is illustrations or the ability to add clip art in order to enhance student writing, especially since this program can be used with grades 2 through 12 is what's recommended when you're setting up students. So another great feature is that you can add your own students. It gives them individual logins as well as a secure password in order to use the website. You can also add teachers. I created one for my school. I can invite any colleagues using this code. There's an introduction video and teacher resources again where there's different lesson plans that can be used to help. Here is BoomWriter through the view of a student when they log in using their student account. I'm student A right now. It shows all my assignments, how many points I can earn for completing my assignments. This one is under review, which means that the teacher side needs to be graded. Here's one, WordWriter project, a generic project. This one is WordWriter or StoryWriter, and you read the first chapter, you write, you vote, and then you will be able to publish it into a book, which will be saved online, but it could also be purchased. It also includes your deadline and how many words you have to use, and you can start by writing your entry. I can see why this is used for upper grade levels as opposed to primary grade levels. Okay, so now let's look at BoomWriter through some implications based on the use of this Web 2.0 tool. So curricular implications, it's a secure online writing assignment tool, can be used for language arts assignments as well as those specific content areas, especially for those vocabulary-centered pieces, mathematics, science, history. It's great because it's free for teachers to enroll as well as free for schools to enroll. There is a pro option, but right now the only difference would be that gradebook piece. Teachers would need some professional development or time to work with the program to ensure that they know how to access and use the program to best monitor students and grade their writing assignments. Through an administrative standpoint, looking at those implications, this is a great resource for students with fine motor delays who are already receiving services using a computer or a typing tool to help them with writing. This is a great resource because now all students would have that opportunity with typing. The only downfall is still for those students in younger grades, including grade 2, that this encompasses is that if they're struggling reading or require read to directions for testing, that this is something that an adult would have to support, that the program does not read aloud for students. This is great because students can also access this program at school as well as at home, which would be a great opportunity for homework. Security, this seems very secure. Teachers create their student logins. It requires to type in a first and last name, but you could create your own first and last names for your students. You could use initials for your students to create their secure logins, and that they are all linked to a school account, which requires a passcode as well. And then thinking about some technical implications for school use, you would have to have access through the countywide server. For Hartford County Public Schools, they require for Web 2.0 tools for teachers to use best judgment, and they offer some vetting practices to use to help classroom teachers determine what Web 2.0 tools are best fit. If this was a purchased software program that would have to be downloaded on computers, it would require a different vetting process, which would require a form to be filled out and submit it to our technology office. And that through our SharePoint, we are able to share these tools countywide so teachers can see what other teachers are doing within the county. Thinking about the filtering system and that having that access through the countywide server, the Office of Technology, if this were to be blocked, would allow you to email them to give reasons for students to have access to this website as you see best fit for your curriculum instruction. Here's a look at Hartford County Public Schools SharePoint, which has over here the vetting guidelines to use Web 2.0 tools within your classroom, looking at ease of use, versatility, affordances, digital literacy, and teacher effectiveness. This is a space where teachers can add whatever tools they've been using in their classroom and that they would feel like other teachers would enjoy using to enhance curriculum with their students. Just to review a little bit of BoomWriter, this is the home screen that you would see. It did earn a Cool Tool Award this year. This offers, again, teachers to see an overview of each portion of the program. Again, the pro features, again, has to do with student tracking and growth, which most teachers are doing on their own anyway. Uses has an online introductory video. Thinking about reliability, I think this is great that it's Kids Safe certified. Student data is not shared, it's private, it's free, and that it's through a media source that has access through email for any questions that teachers may have when using this program. Overall, I found that the website was very easy to navigate and use, and do see that with writing instruction, this would be a great addition to any teacher who wants to incorporate writing within their classroom.